and welcome to the first episode of Dollarama, Dollar Tree, Dollar Store finds that you can use in your witchcraft. Things that you may not have thought of, some things that you may have thought of but not thought of these uses for, or you're a newbie starting out, you don't have a lot of money, you can definitely use these for that. Alright, so what I'm going to start off with is, yes, I have notes, because I'm very forgetful, and some things I want to say, I tend to forget. I've already recorded this several times and deleted it. So, this is how we're going to do this today. So, 4 jars. Now, if you're holding lots of herbs, lots of things, I still say that your best bet, bang for your buck, if you have the space for it, are those canning jars. Our canning jars, they are the best. Now, if those are not exactly what you can use, what you have available, you can use food jars like pasta sauces and things like that. You don't even have to go to the dollar store for. If you want bigger jars, if you want smaller jars, and you are a mom of any kind that still has little ones on baby food, those baby food jars are amazing. Candle jars like this one or larger that you can get at the dollar store, we'll cover that in candles. You can use these small little jars I like to use that I do get at the dollar store for smaller spell work or other things. I'll get into that. What they can be used for. Well, here's one right off the bat. You can make new candles by melting down these candles and using their wicks into these candles for sabbats and things like that you want. You can also use jars as incense holders. Just add salt to the jar and you can definitely utilize it that way. Salt or anything sand. I like to use salt because then I can utilize the salt to make black salt later on. I bought these little guys for my own herbs, the ones that I grew. Now, I do have other larger jars. Again, there's canning jars that I use for the larger stuff, but this is for the smaller stuff. You can also use them to hold the ashes. If you have no salt to put them in, you don't want to put them in salt right away. To make your black salt, you can just store it in these jars. They're great for that as well. These small jars, actually any size of jar, if you're not wanting to be, if you want to be discreet about it, I tend to use these jars. They're great for pocket spell jars, shaker jars, travel altar jars. Again, definitely for your travel altars. Depending on how large your travel altars are, you may want one of these tiny little bottles to keep your herbs in. The larger jars, I tend to put my floor washes in them when they're steeping in the herbs, and then I'll strain them into another jar. Any of your apothecary needs, they're great for if you just need one jar for something. I got a big jar for my fire cider that I use all the time. Just one. I just needed a very large one to hold everything that I was putting in there. And I didn't want to buy a box of the canning jars because I didn't need that many large canning jars. sourdough starter. I know Dollar Store has some very good airtight containers that you can start your sourdough starters if you're a kitchen witch. Anything like that. They're really good for making extracts, infusions, tinctures, anything like that. So if you're into that sort of thing, they're really good for that as well. I tend to recycle a lot of my jars. As you see, this one will be recycled. I do like the scent of this one. I haven't burned it in a while, but I do like the scent of this one, but I will be reusing the jar that it came in. These guys are really good. I got them from the Dollar Store. This has cayenne pepper in it, but you can also use these for things like extracts and things like that. Now, with extracts, I will go over extracts because they're really simple and cheap to make, but with extracts, you generally want a darker bottle. If you are using a bottle like this, just be wary and keep it in like a shadowed spot, because the sun can damage your mixture, and you really don't want that to happen. So but they are great for that kind of stuff. Infused oils, anything like that. This kind of kitchen witchery kind of thing. They're really good for that if you just need one jar. Now, if you need a lot of jars, like I've said numerous times before, your best bang for your buck is to get the canning jars. They have them anywhere from, I think it's 250 milliliters or 125 milliliters. Canadian conversion to like the really large ones, but if that doesn't suit your fancy, these came in a pack of 3. This was $1.50. You get a great candle out of it first, and then you get the jars. So you're multi going on doing stuff like that. Anyway, that's all I have for you in this small segment of Dollar Store finds and things to do with them, and I will come up with a better word for them. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!